Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Mostly Low Budget Movie Reviews. I am your host, Clarence. Thank you for tuning in. In today's episode, I have a new movie released in theaters called Greenland 2, Migration. Now, I didn't even know they were making a sequel to this until I saw the trailer a couple of weeks ago. The original was about a comet that was going to make impact with the Earth, and John, played by Gerard Butler, gets his estranged wife and son to safety of this underground shelter. Nothing special, been done before, pretty mediocre popcorn movie, disaster type. Now, if I recall, and spoiler is incoming, they exit the bunker 9 months later, the air is clearing up, they have contact with other survivors on the radios and stuff, and it looks like, everything's going to be okay. So if there wasn't a definite ending, there's no real questions left unresolved, so yeah, I'm curious why this got made, especially since I don't recall there being any kind of buzz about people needing or wanting a sequel to this. So what is this one about? And this is a pretty basic setup. I'm not really going to get into too much detail. Apparently, everyone is still in this bunker. John is out scavenging. There's this pretty nasty storm, and he barely makes it back. Meanwhile, they're in this meeting, all the leaders of the bunker, and they're talking about the lack of resources and how things are getting worse, and it's bad everywhere. Then there's some sort of earthquake, and they have to escape the bunker. John and his family barely make it to a lifeboat, and they head towards Europe, where they think there's another bunker place they can stay at. And, pretty much it. That's where I'll stop, because from there they hear this rumor about a crater where supposedly life has restarted, fresh water, breathable air, things are growing. So they have to traverse this war-torn landscape for something that might not even be true. Will they make it? So what did the pros think? Well, they came in at a 54% on 46 reviews. And there was no audience score on the Rotten scale since I saw this at a preview screening. So what did I think? Well, let me get to these positives. It does start with the disaster, so you don't have to wait till the end to see those effects, which is always the fun part, seeing how they destroy the planet, the landmarks, and, the people. Those effects are, still pretty solid. A whole lot less of them. More on that later. The story is more focused on family and their journey to safety and dealing with those emotions, and some other stuff, like I said, spoiler free, won't get into. There's a new world that they live in now, which has become, not just dangerous because of, the environment, but, the people that are left are all desperate and things. So you know how desperate people act, violence and all that good stuff. You can't trust anybody. Now, it hits all the same beats as all these movies do. And, that's really where my negatives start. I guess they kind of forgot how the last one ended. There really is no reason this movie should exist. It's really just paint by numbers, disaster, aftermath movie. There was no real drama as, we know how things are going to end. Since it was focused on the people, there just wasn't enough disaster stuff in my disaster movie. I wanted more like meteor showers or storms or floods or something going on. It's really too slow, and not enough stuff happens to keep you interested. And let me just talk about the plot just for a second. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's this crater supposedly where everything is great, or at least, that's the rumor. However, they literally have buses that go there. So I'm not understanding why the rest of the people that live in that area just don't try to go to this crater place, and just these select few people that make the trip. And they get this little preachy speech at the end. It really wasn't necessary. It's not a good enough explanation for anything. But yeah, I don't want to beat this one up too much. Let me bottom line this one for you. Did I enjoy it? And no, not really. I kept looking at my watch. I was kind of bored with it. I agree with the critics. I put this right at a 55% to stay consistent with the Rotten scale. Again, there really was no reason for them to make this movie. It doesn't say anything new or different. and the outcome is exactly what you think is going to be. This is more of a streaming type movie. If you're really that interested, there's no way you should spend your hard-earned entertainment dollars or movie dollars that you set aside to go see something like this as a first run. If you have like a dollar theater in your area, I don't even know if those exist anymore, or a discount theater of some sort, maybe go to the theater to see it. But yeah, I would just really wait for it to be streaming, which it should be pretty quick. I can't imagine this doing very well at a theater during the run. So yeah, just wait on this one and go see something else. With that being said, I'll close it out right here. If this is your first time, don't make it your last. This has been a Podbean production, mostly low-budget movie reviews with Clarence. Thanks for support. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everyone that is checking out the YouTube. I am getting some traction over there, which is greatly appreciated. Slowly but surely, low-budget movie reviews with Clarence. Sometimes I do visuals to these types of reviews over there, and sometimes there are movies over there and things I discuss over there that you just won't get here. So my suggestion would be to go ahead and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts or music. Listen to me here, and also subscribe to the YouTube so that you can get the full scope and picture of everything. Thank you once again. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.